This is an old story, but it stuck with me. It happened when I was around 9 or 10 years old. For anyone who may not know the tradition, in many weddings all the single female guests gather in a group and the bride throws her bouquet into the group. The person who catches it is superstitiously supposed to be the next one married. My mom had an employee who was leaving her job after getting remarried because her and her new husband were going to move out of state. Both bride and groom had been married before, to other people, and this was their second wedding. They had a small wedding, daytime, not spending a ton on things so they could save up for their move. The bride invited my mom, me, and my sister to the wedding. I don't remember why, but my sister couldn't come, so it was just me and my mom. Outside of the bride, I didn't know anyone there, so I really kept to myself. They announced it was time to throw the bouquet. They called all single women up to the floor. My mom told me to go and stand with everyone, so I went. I saw that some of the people were very excited for this, especially the bride's younger sister bridesmaid Ab. I decided that since they cared so much more about it, I would stand in the back and give them more of a chance. I stood further back than everyone else and all the way in the corner of the crowd. Ab made sure to position herself in the front of the crowd, directly in the center. The bride turns around and throws the bouquet and it comes right to me. Since I made sure to stand apart from everyone else, there was no one else really near me to try and grab it. Ab did not take this too well. She turned around to see me holding the bouquet and she gave me the dirtiest look I had ever seen. She looked at me like she was about to attack me in front of the entire wedding. She comes up close, positioning herself right in front of me, so she could elbow me in the ribs without people noticing. I didn't totally fall over, but I bent over grabbing my torso. Again, I was 9 or 10, she was a grown woman. I was so shocked by what she did, I questioned if I was in the wrong. I felt bad for her, she wanted this so bad and I caught it, so I decided not to tell anyone about the elbowing. She kept hovering near me the rest of the reception, staring, giving dirty looks, whispering to people and pointing at me. At one point she was doing this with awe. I could not notice, she wasn't doing much to hide it. So, Or angrily walks up to me, a child, with crazy eyes and angrily spat at me. You know you can't keep that, you have to give that back to the bride. She's been looking for it everywhere. How could you steal such an important thing from this wedding? It's bad enough you pushed your way past Ab to take it from her. The bouquet was made of fake flowers, so it could be easily saved. I was shocked. This 50-year-old woman was accusing me of some big things and I was afraid of getting into trouble. I told her I never meant to keep it, I just didn't know what I was supposed to do with it. She looked at me like I was a manipulative liar and a thief. I waited for the first chance I could get to give the bouquet back to the bride without interrupting her. I offered it to her and she smiled, and told me I could keep it if I want. I was surprised. I had thought it was the centerpiece of the wedding and such an important thing that the bride was frantically looking for everywhere. Apparently, the bride had not been looking for it. Ab just didn't want me to have it. In fact, Ab had been so angry, she was telling all her relatives at the wedding I pushed her to grab the bouquet out of her hands when she had caught it. It was as if none of them saw the whole thing. It happened in front of everyone, but I had been standing in the back, and since I was a child, I was shorter than the crowd and hard to see. They still would have seen the bouquet fly far past Ab, but I guess they didn't put those pieces together. I realized that was why all these strangers kept giving me stink eye. They thought I was some unruly brat attacking people and stealing from the wedding. I had felt bad for Ab up until that point, but at the end I thought, she elbowed me. She won't leave me alone. She had someone come yell at me about being a thief. She spread nasty lies about me. She's in the wrong and I don't need to feel bad. I also realized she had been staring at me not just to make me feel uncomfortable, but to keep an eye on when she could grab the bouquet. As if that would grant her some magic power of marriage. The bride didn't take it when I offered it back to her, and she said I could keep it, so I decided I would. I kept it close the rest of the time me and my mom were there. We left not too long after, and I walked out holding the bouquet. I don't know what happened with Ab or after that, but it's like 1,819 years later, and the bouquet is still in my closet. I do understand why this woman felt she needed all the extra luck she could get in hopes of ever getting married, but no amount of superstitious flowers will make up for her personality. TL, Drive, crazy single sister of the bride attacks me, a child at the time, for catching the bouquet she wanted. She also enlists the help of other adults in her family. Ab's actions sound like those of a desperate person, one that feels she's been denied something. In this case it's likely a boyfriend. It'll take a guess that there was a good reason she was single, and you saw some of that. I'm glad you've got some healthy perspective about this.